Hey, hello, Jack Tubbs from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, coming to you on this beautiful Tuesday here in the Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, you know what? We've been talking about so many different things, and one of the things is that reasons to sell, reasons why to buy now. What are some of the rewards of home ownership? We've talked about interest rates. We talked about a whole bunch of different things, but we never really talked about some of the questions that are going on in the minds of sellers right now, because we obviously, especially here in the Valley, we have a very sellers driven market. We have an inventory shortage. So anytime a house gets put on the market, it's usually gone within about 48 hours. If it's priced right and if it's in a great location, even the homes that have challenges, whether they need some repair, etc., as long as they're not priced out of the stratosphere, they're selling very quickly, on an average of less than 30 days. I think the average on market right now is about 30 days here in the Valley. In the West Valley, where I'm located, it's even less. I think it's about 24 days for those homes that might be priced a little bit high, need a little bit of work, whatever. Might be not so strategically located in the neighborhood. They might face a busy road, etc. Something that would detract from the desirability of the home. But you know what? Nobody's really asked a seller or sellers why they haven't sold. So here are 4 questions and 4 answers to why selling right now is probably a good idea. Number 1, homeowners don't know if they're going to be able to secure their next home before selling. Well, you see, there's a lot of leverage in being a home seller right now because of the inventory shortage. So you know what? Part of accepting an offer or negotiating an offer is going to be letting you stay in the house. Otherwise, having occupancy after closing, because it may take you 30 days to find that home, and then it may take you up to 45 days to close on that new home. And then you may have to wait a few more days for the seller of that home to vacate. Or if you're working with a builder, their schedules change all the time. You may need an extra 4 months after closing to get into that new home. But you have the leverage right now because you are the seller. You have the home and you have something that is in a very low precious commodity. I was watching Facebook a couple days ago, and they had a great parody of what's going on as far as what it means to be a seller. And it basically had somebody who was a listing agent and said, "Hey, I got this home for sale." And this guy comes in and said, "Is this home actually for sale?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." He says, "Wow, it seems like every time I visit a home or I go to an open house, it's sold." So this is really a cool opportunity. And then another person walks in, "Cash, full price offer. I'll bring, no contingencies." Next guy comes in, goes $10,000 over asking, and I'll even do an appraisal contingency. Should the property not appraise, I'll bring $10,000. Another guy comes in and says, "I'll give you $100,000 cash over your asking price." And everybody stops and looks and says, "Hey, I'm from California. This is the only for sale house I've seen for sale that I've had a chance to bid on in 3 months. So I'm going to win." And then the guy who walks in and said, "Is this home really for sale?" He says, "I'll go $110,000 over." And he goes, "Why did I do that?" But that's the kind of market we're in right now. It's crazy. People are doing things that they normally would not do, and I've even seen this at people have gone against my advice, and because they want to waive inspections. Well, you know what? I've seen somebody waive an inspection, and then all of a sudden they're on the hook for a new well and a new septic system, which, had we done an inspection, we would have found that, we could have negotiated that, and they could have gotten either a price reduction or a credit back from the seller to fix that problem. But they wanted the house so bad, they threw in an actually $5,000 asking offer, blew off all contingencies, and said that they'd actually bring in that $5,000 should the property not appraise. Well, it appraised actually $2,000 above what we offered, and actually they took possession, but then you know what? It cost them thousands of dollars to take care of the well and the septic system. But that's the kind of leverage that you have as a seller. You can pretty much sit back and wait till the perfect offer comes in, and then you can also negotiate occupancy after close, giving you more than enough time to find a home, get it under contract, and get it closed, and be one of these crazy buyers out here. You'll suddenly switch positions. But You can also start to look now, because we do have so many loan products out there to help you move from one home to another, bridge loans, etc. But you have the leverage to be able to get the extra money out of your home to be able to help carry that expense or pay for that expense. So yes, you can, and yes, you can negotiate that time that you need because you have the leverage, because you are the seller. Number two, homeowners don't know if their current home will sell for the asking price or the top of the market. Well, as I've just explained to you, especially here in the Valley, everything's going crazy. Everything sells. I mean, especially in the West Valley here, everything sells like crazy. Unless somebody's really going crazy and they've got a $400,000 home and they've got a $600,000 price on it, that might slow things down a little bit. But you know what? Just about everything, as long as it's priced in line with the markets, they're seeing over asking bids, waiving contingencies, also doing an appraisal contingency should the property not appraise. They're bringing extra money to the closing table. All these different things are happening every single day here, especially in the West Valley, and you'll see parts of it in a lot of the East Valley. You'll even see it in parts of downtown. You'll see it in parts of Tucson. You'll see it actually up in places like Sedona. We'll see it in places like Prescott. Just a whole bunch of, and just the state is on fire because we've got so many people moving in. They're exiting from the West Coast for a whole bunch of different reasons, and they're coming to Arizona because they found someplace where it's a lot more affordable when they just left. And right now, the climate seems a little bit calmer than what we see going on in different places in the West Coast. Yes, you will get the top of the market. Yes, you will get your asking price. And you, as I said in answering the previous question, you're in the driver's seat. You have the leverage. You can sit back and field offers, because as long as your house is in decent condition and you let your agent price you within the market, you're going to see a ton of showings and a ton of offers. Probably within the first 48 hours, you're probably going to have an offer which you're willing to negotiate on or you're willing to accept. Yes, you will. Question number three, homeowners don't know if they will get an offer with their home requiring work. Well, you know what? Talk to your agent about that, because there are certain things you may want to do that will actually increase the value of your home. But you've got to remember that some of the things you do, like carpet, I would never suggest that anybody does carpet at all, because, well, I'll put it this way. My mom sold a house, and before she sold it, before she actually painted new carpet, and I think she updated one bathroom. You want to know the first thing those people did once they moved in? That carpet that was less than 3 months old, I saw it rolled up and lying in the street. They went and replaced the carpet. I also noticed that a few weeks later, there were about 3 dozen paint cans sitting on the side of the road for a special pickup. You know what? All that paint money that she put in, all that money she put in for carpeting, you know what? It didn't mean a thing to those buyers. They liked the house, they liked the location, they liked the amenities. It had a pool in the backyard. They really, really wanted that house with that pool. It was in the school system. They want everything they wanted, but they didn't like the carpet, they didn't like the paint, and who knows if they did any improvements to that one bathroom that she updated. I don't know. But so talk to your real estate professional. Let them tell you about those things, those improvements, which are going to bring you back the greatest return on investment, which are going to bring to improve the appeal of your home, and actually are going to bring back value as far as a price that you're going to receive, the offers that you're going to receive in your home. So don't worry about it. I mean, so many houses are going, and actually I can't even tell you how many buyers are out there saying, look, we want a fixer-upper, we want to, maximize our value, so we're willing to take on some of the work. I've seen buyers buy houses that would look like a hoarder lived in, but it was in the right location. It was just everything they wanted. And they said, don't worry about the garbage in the garage. Don't worry about the stuff in the basement. Don't worry about the stuff. We'll take care of it as long as we can get our price and terms on this home. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about spending money unless the agent that you're working with says, hey, you know what, an upgrade to this kitchen will probably bring you an extra $35,000. You can spend $20 on improving it, or $25 on improving that kitchen and bring back $35. Do it. Same with maybe some landscaping, maybe with a master bath. I don't know. They're going to know what brings more value to the area in which you're selling. Let them advise you. Let them direct you on any money that you may spend. But for the most part, don't worry about it. houses are in such demand and inventory so low that even if your home needs some updating and repair, it's still going to sell and it's still going to fetch a very attractive price. Question number 4, homeowners don't know if they can have a quick closing process. Well, you know what? I've noticed that lenders are working harder and harder and harder to cut down the days between offer to close, especially here in Arizona, but across the country, I'm seeing days from offer acceptance to close getting as short as 18. Actually, I saw ones that said they closed a deal in 11 days. Well, I don't know about that, but about 18 days seems about the shortest, and that's a very quick turnaround time. One of the things that you can do, and one of a lot of things a lot of lenders are doing out there, is they're actually doing a underwriting, which means they've already taken a look at they've already verified income and employment. They've already looked at debt to income ratio. They've already examined the other bills that the buyer is paying. They've already decided how much they definitely will afford it, and they will guarantee it up to like $5,000 they'll pay a seller if the loan doesn't close. These are the people that you really, if you want a really short process, these are the people that you want to definitely work with. And also, when the buyer's agent writes up the offer, believe me, that's going to be in the extra terms and conditions that, hey, if this loan doesn't close within within 45 days, the lender will pay the seller $5,000. There are a lot, but you know what? Those are the people that are definitely hugely qualified, that have a great down payment, etc. And you know what? Those people, if you have a buyer like that, you can probably have one of those really short, 12-day from offer acceptance to close, because they've already been pre-underwriting. All the work that they do is done. Then they verify. Basically, the only thing they've got to do then is make sure that the house has no liens on it, that it's free and clear. All those kinds of stuff, that the home that is being purchased is definitely, there are not going to be any title or deed issues or liens on the home. As soon as they find out, boom, they can close. As soon as title work is done, they're ready to close. So, yes, you can close very quickly. You're going to find an average right now here, it seems in the Valley, about 30 days from offer acceptance to closing. You will find some that are shorter. The longest you'll probably wait is 45 days here in the Valley, unless you have some extenuating circumstances with the home as far as title issues, or with your buyer as far as, say, they're being transferred into state. That might lengthen things out a little bit. But for the most part, 30 days is probably your turnaround time, and that's a really short offer to close scenario, and that should be more than a quick enough turnaround time for you to be able to close and be able to move forward with whatever plans you need to put into action after the closing of your home. I hope this breathes a little bit of insight into some of those questions that most sellers are asking. I'm going to post this on all my social media, so you can read it actually a little bit more in depth, and it will even answer more of your questions. I've just given you kind of a 30,000 foot or 3,000 foot view of the answers to those questions. Anyways, if I can help you, especially sellers, man, if you're ready, this market is red hot. Just about the entire state is on fire. Inventory is low. Being on the market is, like I said, we see a lot of scenarios where it's one weekend and the property's gone. Worst case scenario is about 30 days on the market until we find the right offer that's going to give you the terms and conditions that you want. If you can need any help or advice about what upgrades or what repairs you might want to make before you sell to maximize the value of your home, please give me a call. You can call me at 248-330-7972. That's 248-330-7972. Or you can email me, jack@theJteam.house. That's JACK @THE, the letter J, the word team.house. You can call the office, talk to any of my team members, 623-252-4061. That's 623-252-4061. Hey, this is Jack Tubbs from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, wishing you a fantastic Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. again with more about what's going on in the Phoenix real estate market. Have an awesome day.